We are live. We are live for another episode of the Kingdom and the Culture Bridging the Gap. It is 7 o'clock on the dot. We in our drop tops, cruising the streets. I got a real pretty little safe girl waiting for me. Y'all, come on in. Gonna give it a couple of more moments for people to join. I hope everybody is having a fantabulous Friday. My Friday has been going pretty good. I can't complain. TGIF. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me know in the comments how you guys are doing. If you have any plans for the weekend, what's going on? Let's give it a couple more moments. Let people start to join. Save Girl season. As y'all can see, I'm rocking the Save Girl gear, my sweatshirt, drinking out my Save Girl mug. I need to put these on the website. I'll work on that this weekend. I think the sweatshirts are already on there. But I'm not sure. I have to go back and check. I really just need to work on my merch, getting that back up and running. But yeah. Speaking of merch, well, this isn't really merch, not my merch, but can we get into this my new wig, y'all? My Beyonce. Y'all, Love Me Hair has really been coming through for your girl. This is my new wig, the Beyonce HD transparent lace closure wig. Shout out to Love Me Hair. Y'all need to go ahead and make me an ambassador the way I be putting on for y'all in these social media streets. But yes, this is my new wig. Had to switch it up, get a little color. But yeah, can't tell me nothing now. But yeah, where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know in the comments. If you catch the replay later, comment #replay. So know you went back and watched it. But yeah, I'm just so excited about tonight's episode. Let me leave this hair alone. I can't help myself. We got a couple more minutes to let people jump on. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, okay, so tonight's episode is called "Sis, Don't Wait Until It Rains. Build the Ark Now." So to give a kind of little recap, since the last podcast episode, I think we talked about it was in September. So I think I talked about fasting and how God had me fasting for the month of September. I was a part of a September consecration. And so let me just be completely transparent. Fasting has never been easy for your girl. Okay. Never. But I knew that if I wanted to get to a different place, that I was going to have to do something different. And that would involve, fasting. And so I decided that I was going to fast from sugar and alcohol. Like, normally we think of fasting, lots of we just think of food, but there's other things that you can fast from as well. So for September, initially I was like, oh, I'm going to fast from, food or certain things. And I was like, no, we need to do something different. So I decided to fast from sugar and alcohol. And in November, I actually did a small social media fast. And again, like I was saying, fasting does not come easy for your girl. So those first couple of days of no sugar and no social media had your girl out here like a fiend, like what's the lady from Holiday Heart? Like, I got the bike holiday. Yeah, I got the Facebook holiday. Like, that's how I was feeling like a fiend. Like, I'm so used to checking my phone. I'm so used to, having my sugar and, a little drink here, there. But they say the definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yes, your social media, and you did it for a month. So kudos to you, because girl, I did it for a week, and I was like, whoo, yeah, I was itching. But they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So I knew I had to do something different. And Prophetess Sierra Mason, shout out to Prophetess Sierra Mason. I'm so glad, God has connected me to some awesome women of God in this season. But Prophetess Sierra Mason was talking about, the month of October being a birthing season. And many of us right now we're pregnant, with these visions and with these promises that God has given us. But just like with the natural pregnancy, sometimes when you're in a birthing season, God is going to require that you give up some things that normally, may not be harmful to you, but in this season can be detrimental to what you're carrying. Okay, so for instance, I love Pepsi. If you know me, I'm a Pepsi girl. I got it honest. My grandma used to always love her a cold Pepsi. And so, that's my thing. I love Pepsi. But when I was pregnant with Trey, I was upset, because I couldn't drink it. Now, Pepsi in itself isn't bad, in moderation. But I knew that all that caffeine wouldn't be good for my unborn baby. Okay. So I chose to abstain because what I was gaining was more important than what I was losing. Okay, so sometimes God will call us into these seasons where we have to abstain from certain things. Again, not necessarily because they're bad, or evil, but anything that is filling the voids or taking precedence in your life over Him needs to be dealt with. And for me, I knew that there were certain things that I was using, almost as coping mechanisms. Okay. And God was like, if you want to go to this next level, then you have to deal with those things. Okay. Because again, sugar in itself isn't bad. Social media, in itself isn't bad. I know some of the saints probably gonna be ready to snatch my new wig off my head by saying this, but even alcohol, in moderation in itself isn't bad. But if we're using those things to escape, or we're turning to them before we turn to God, then that's a problem. Okay, and the same thing can be said for people. When we're in a birthing season, there may be people that God is telling you may have to leave behind. Not necessarily, again, because they're bad people, but what you're carrying, they can't be connected to. And the version of you that they're familiar with no longer exists. And that's a big one that God is even dealing with me, now. And so I encourage you, if you find yourself in this birthing season, to really spend time with God, okay, first, and find out the things that He may be calling you to give up or to cut back on, okay, or maybe even do more of. Like I had to cut back on certain things, but He was also calling me to do more of certain things. Like for instance, praying, reading the Word, fasting, because in order to do a work through you, you have to first allow Him to do a work in you. So speaking of Him calling you to do more, that leads into today's topic. Okay. So sis, don't wait until it rains to start building your ark. Build it now. So I want to talk about Noah and how he didn't wait for the flood to be obedient to the instructions that God gave him. So his story is in Genesis 6. I'm going to read a little bit of that, 6:13 through 22, just so you can kind of get background. A lot of times we assume, when we're in church or grew up in church, that everybody knows all the stories, but That's not true. So I'm just gonna give a little background for those that may not be familiar with Noah's story. Okay, so God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end to all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Thank you. Through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside out with pitch. This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits. Its breadth, 50 cubits, and its height, 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark to finish it to a cubit above, and set the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. For behold, I will bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh in which it is breath of life under heaven. Everything that on earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into your ark, your sons, your wife, your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark to keep them alive with you. They should be male and female, of the birds according to their kinds, of the animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind. 2 of every sort shall come in to keep them alive. Also take with you every sort of food that is eaten and store it up. It shall serve as food for you and for them. Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. All right. So again, Noah was obedient. And it says, again, that last verse, Noah did this. He did that all God had commanded him. He built the ark. He was obedient. Even before the flood came, he was obedient. Okay. And we have to be the same way. And I say that because many of us are believing for this flood of opportunities, the flood of, connections and resources. And God wants to give them to us, but we have to prepare now. Just like with Noah, God is never going to send a flood without first sending instructions. And so the question is, what has God been instructing you to do in preparation for your flood? When God told Noah about the flood and told him to build the ark, Noah then had 3 choices, okay? Because God gives us free will. He's never going to force us or make us do anything, okay? So Noah could have easily said, get somebody else to do it, okay? And that would have been understandable because especially, they said some historians believe that up until that point, it had never even rained on the earth. So God was pretty much telling him to build something by faith. And some of us are also building by faith. You don't see the flood. You never experienced the rain, but God wants you to build by faith. Now, Noah could have also said, oh, Lord, okay, Lord, I hear you and I'm going to do it. However, I need to see this rain first before I start building. Now, this is what we call delayed obedience, okay? My mama, aka Jesus' best friend, always taught us growing up that delayed obedience is still disobedience. Now, imagine if Noah had waited until the flood had actually started to try to build that big old ark, okay? He wouldn't have been able to do it. So even if he would have eventually chose obedience, it would have been too late. You can't wait for the opportunities to come, for the resources to come, for the connections to come before you start building. I talked the last time about getting into position, and I gave the example of, a track team running a relay race and how each member of the team, doesn't wait until it's their leg of the race before they get on the track. Okay, it doesn't matter whether they run the first or the second or the third or the fourth leg. At the beginning of the race, everyone is in their position. So when it comes time for them to, be handed the baton, and they can grab it, and take off running. And so Noah chose instant obedience. If you look in Hebrews 11, which they call it the Faith Hall of Fame. Okay, Noah is actually listed amongst those heroes of the faith. It says by faith, Noah, when warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear, built an ark to save his family. By faith, he condemned the world and became heir of righteousness. That is in keeping with faith. And that's Hebrews 11:7. And because of his obedience, not only was he saved, it says, but his entire family, his entire bloodline. So you're setting up your entire bloodline to be blessed when you choose instant obedience. So what is this thing that God is calling you to build? And a lot of times it's the thing that seems so crazy because it may not match your current circumstances, but God is telling you to build it by faith. The ark wasn't meant for Noah's current living situation. It wasn't meant for him to use, on land. He was building it for the flood to come. And just like the ark, this thing may seem crazy to those around you because they haven't seen, this as well. They've never seen the rain as well. And I'm pretty sure, Noah's neighbors thought he was probably crazy. They probably thought he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He out here, building that ark, but he kept building because he knew that what God had instructed him to do, the people around you may not get it. They may tell you, oh, who do you think you are, going back to school, trying to get a degree, starting a business. People don't do that from this neighborhood. Nobody from our family ever graduates, but Noah, like Noah, you have to keep building because if God said it, it's going to happen. But the question then becomes, will you be prepared? God is always going to do his part, but it's up to us to do ours. And it reminds me of, a quote that says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And while I don't believe in luck, I do believe the message behind this quote, that it's important that while you're waiting for the flood of opportunity, the open doors, etc., that you are preparing. Okay, y'all heard that, that saying where it says hard work will beat out talent any day. Like you can have all the talent, in the world. You can be smart, you can be beautiful, but if you aren't doing the work, if you aren't preparing, you can be beat out by somebody that may not be as talented as you. They may not be as smart as you, but because they were willing to do the work, because they were willing to be prepared, they're going to get those opportunities. So again, let me give you an example. So let's say, for instance, you have a business. Let's say you design earrings and God has been telling you that he's going to blow your business up and that you need to take the steps to get ready for expansion. That includes maybe getting your website together so that you can start taking orders. But in your mind, you're like, God, I hear what you're saying, but I've only sold 10 pairs of earrings today. So I'm going to hold off on getting that website, until these orders start coming in. And so somehow, some way, let's say Auntie Tab gets a hold of your earrings and y'all know, and she wears on one of her videos, and y'all know the power of Auntie Tab, okay? Y'all know the influence that she has. So she wears a pair of your earrings on a video. So you go from, having only, your mama being your biggest customer to now having everybody and their mama wanting a pair of your earrings. So everybody's now looking for your website so they can place an order. But now, due to your delayed obedience, to you wanting to actually see the rain first, you're scrambling to try to create one. And you miss out on these orders that you could have had if you had prepared. Another example, that's a real life example. The first Woman of All conference that I attended, I'll never forget, there was a young lady, and I can't remember, but they were going around the audience. And I believe they were giving people the opportunity to ask questions to the panel. But this particular young lady, when she got her opportunity, I can't remember what she made. I think she made shirts. But she took this as an opportunity. Instead of asking a question, she wanted to present her shirt to Pastor Sarah. She had packaged real nice. And I remember, her getting up there and she was saying how nervous she was, but she knew this was an opportunity. And she would, wanted to know if she could give Pastor Sarah her shirt. And, Sarah, being the gracious person she is, came down, hugged her. It was a whole moment, accepted the shirt. And, again, Sarah is one of those people like Auntie Tab that has this level of influence. And I'll never forget, I can't remember if Pastor Sarah asked or somebody else, but anyway, somebody asked, where they could purchase. Everybody, not just somebody, a lot of people were asking, now where could they purchase this shirt? Because now that she get one to Pastor Sarah, everybody wants one. And I remember the young lady saying she didn't even have a website up and running at the time. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this is a lesson, not just for her, but for myself, that when the opportunities present themselves, you have to be ready. You have to be, prepared. Ain't no, I gotta wait. I'm working on getting my website up. I'm working on, this and that, because y'all know people are fickle. People get over stuff quick. They're gonna want to, if you say you selling something, they want it now. Ain't no, okay, well, I'll let you know when it's ready, or I'll send you an email me DM. No, they want convenience. They want quick. And you'll miss out on so many opportunities, so many sales, so many, people that would have, connected, because you weren't ready for the opportunity that you so-called have been praying for. And part of that praying is preparation. Okay. So, on a personal note, God, has really been dealing with me about the preparation piece. Like, girl, you got the talent, but you have to be prepared. And so, just being transparent on God has been dealing with me, even about getting prepared as far as like my rates and my contracts, and really honing my craft. I'm saying that, I want to be a speaker. I want to do more speaking and hosting and, interviews. But God is saying you need to go ahead and get your rates and these contracts together. You need to start studying. I'm studying, other speakers, other interviewers, so that I can perfect it. Don't wait for these engagements to come in. Don't wait for these people to agree to do these interviews. You need to build by faith. It's time to be professional. It's time to be a kingdom-minded business. And side note, church people, stop shying away from the word business. Stop being scared to talk about money and discuss money. Set your rates and charge your worth. Not saying that there aren't going to be times where God doesn't tell you, to bless somebody and to sow in them for free or for a discount. But baby, that can't be all the time. Okay. I know Jesus paid it all, but dominion power it's still gonna want that bill paid every month. Okay, you can't be walking around here broke because you want to do all this when God is saying, hey, I need you to be a kingdom-minded business. Like I say, he paid it all, but they're gonna want their payment every month. You can get on the phone with that customer service rep all you want, hallelujah, bless you, and all that, and you're gonna be shouting in the dark. So yeah, get it together. Be business minded, but seriously, y'all, it's time to build. Don't wait. And a lot of us, we like to wait until the new year. That's when we said we're going to start things. But if God is telling you to build it now, build it now. So, whatever that may be, write that business plan, build that website, take that class, do whatever it is that God is telling you to do. It may not even be something physical. God has promised some of us some things that, aren't physical things. He's given us some other promises. Maybe as a child, you're believing he told you he's going to save that child. Don't wait for you to start seeing the manifestation of those changes. Already thank him in advance. Praise him in advance. Can continue to pray and continue to pour into that person. Continue to speak life into them, even if it looks, they look at you like, you're crazy, like Noah's neighbors. But again, do whatever you need to do now to prepare for that flood. Because again, God is never going to send you a flood or rain without first sending you instructions. And if you don't know what those instructions are, because sometimes you may be sitting there like, girl, I don't know, what I'm supposed to do. That's where it comes back to doing more, spending more time with him, praying, asking him like, Lord, what is it? What are the instructions? What is it that you're gonna, that you're showing me that I need to do to prepare for my next? And he will give you the instructions. He will, say, yes, shout in the dark. Shout, you blessed and highly favored in the dark. So I know he called us to be a light, but girl, now you got to light some candles because you out here, wanting to do everything for free. And again, I'm just speaking from experience. That's something God is dealing with me. It's like, you got to charge your worth. You got to do the research. You got to find out, what are other people, what is the standard rate for this, standard for that. Get you a contract in place. And like I said, I'm also studying other, interviewers. What are they doing in their interviews? How can I get better at these things that I'm saying, that I really, really want to do? And so, again, whatever he's calling you to do, go ahead and do it. Don't wait. Don't wait because it might be too late. It might be too late once the opportunities come. So that is it. That's it. That's all. Y'all know how I end it. Oh no, speaking of speaking opportunities, December 8th. Let me bring up the flyer. Let's see. December 8th, I will be part of a panel discussion. Let me share my screen so y'all can see it. I am going to be part of the press ladies night on December 8th at 7 p.m. Ladies, if you are available, please join me. It's a virtual event. So, you don't even have to come out in the cold. Get in your comfy PJs. Or for some of us that don't have PJs, because y'all know I'm a big t-shirt type of girl. Big old t-shirt, sweatpants. But since I'm gonna be on camera, I'm gonna find me some cute pajamas. But yeah, get comfortable. Wear your bonnet, take your wig out, whatever you got to do. We're going to have a good time. It's hosted by Pastor Coretta Galloway on behalf of her Coretta Galloway Ministries. So please go over to the Facebook page because that's how you're going to be able to watch it. Coretta G Ministries. Y'all, she's an awesome woman of God. I don't say that lightly. Again, I'm thankful for the women that God has connected me to in this season. And she is one of those women. So I was honored when she asked me to be a part. And yeah, so y'all make sure December the 8th, make sure you go ahead and join Coretta G Ministries. It's going to be on Facebook in that group. So if you want to watch it, girl, go on over to, again, Coretta G Ministries on Facebook, December 8th at 7 p.m. And y'all look at that flyer. It's so cute. I love it. She had on the orange and then I sent her the picture and I had an orange. So we both just rocking our orange and it was meant to be. It was meant to be. It was confirmation. It was confirmation. But I'm so excited, y'all. So they sent the questions over and I was like, this is gonna be good. They get deep. So yeah, I already know it's gonna be a good time. So if you are available, ladies, please make sure you join us. But yeah, that is all I have. If you do want to book me for an event, you have a panel, hosting, whatever the case may be, please, 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 you can send me an email, info@saverealsummer.com with your request. I also have a actual form. I'll put the link in the comments where you can click on it and you can fill out a form and let me know, more about your event and what you're requesting me to do. Because y'all, like I said, I'm preparing. I'm ready. So if you want to add a little Save Girl razzle dazzle to your next event, hit me up. Hit me up, okay? But yeah, make sure you also follow us on social media. Instagram, SaveGirl_Summer, Facebook, Save Girl Summer, YouTube as well, Save Girl Summer 984. Connect with us, our website, SaveGirlSummer.com. Everything is Save Girl Summer. So yeah, connect with us. And I think that's it. That's all I have. I'm gonna be working on some other things. I might do some virtual events to, kind of keep the community going. Again, I'm just, taking my time with God. Like, God, what do you want me to do? I have all these plans, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't always ask him for his input. I do things and then after the fact, I want his, his input. God's like, no, you need to ask me before, and then maybe it won't be so hard if you actually sit down, take a minute and ask me, what I want for you to do next, even in regards to Save Girl Summer and, the Leah Project and everything else that he has called me to do. So I hope this bless y'all tonight. If so, share it, put it in the comments. And until next time, yeah. Save Girl. I love y'all. Thank y'all as always for joining in. and, you know, having a good time cutting up with me like y'all always do. I love y'all. Oh, y'all, I forgot. You know, I always was a save girl. When I look at my mug, I thought about it. A save girl, you know, the tea, but y'all, the tea was entirely too hot. The tea was entirely too hot. Y'all know I love to sip some tea, but the stuff that's been going on the past couple weeks, I was like, between Kiki and Will and did it, I said I can't get into that tea. Not on this platform. Okay. You know, I already be teeter-tottering on the line. I said, oh no, the Saints ain't gonna come and snatch my little edges. They just going back, snatch my edges. So I'm gonna have to skip the tea, but y'all pray for these celebrities, because they definitely trying to end this year with a bang. Okay, they are definitely ending. It's a November to remember. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So yeah, there's a lot going on. So now I'm getting to the tea, but yeah, that's it. I'm going for real. I love being up here with y'all. And after this, I ain't gonna do nothing but go and watch Tyler Perry's new documentary and take off my wig and my makeup and go back to looking like a light-skinned Meek Mills. Once I take these wigs, because trust or believe, I'm about to go from Beyonce to Meek Mill. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Yeah. Got to go to real quick. It's called, what is it called? What's his mama's name? Maxine's Baby. It's a new documentary on his life. So I'm definitely gonna watch that, because y'all know I'm speaking into existence. Me and Tyler, we gonna link up. We are going to link up. Next time I go to his studio, I'm gonna be, yeah. It is streaming on Prime Video. So I'm definitely gonna watch that tonight. And maybe next time I'll give y'all a review about it. Yeah. But that's it. That's all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. If I don't talk to y'all before the holiday, enjoy this time with your loved ones. For those, because I know the holiday is a hard time for some people. I'm praying. Seriously, I'm praying for you. If this is a tough time for you during the holidays, praying for your heart. Here, if you need me, hopefully I can, brighten your day somehow. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I love y'all. And until next time, save, girl, and